Now, with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Tatiana Sumina. Tatiana is the Executive Vice President and Program Director of Oracle Cloud at KPN.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Tatiana, welcome.
Thank you.
So KPN, and KPN we'll get into a little bit later, is your second go with Fusion applications. But let's talk about KPN. They're the largest telecommunication provider in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. You've been there a couple years, 2.5, 3 years now as a program director. Maybe tell us a little bit more about KPN and your role.
Yes, so KPN is telecommunication provider #1 in Netherlands. We serve B2B customers, consumers, wholesale markets as well. We deliver a variety of services. Netherlands is a relatively small country, but it carries the title of being one of the most connected countries in the world. And we have a dream. We want to make it the most digital country in the world. I oversee transformation of internal processes enabled by Oracle Cloud, and this contributes to our digital agenda. We really want to be digital for our customers, but we need to be digital inside.
And so, the digital speaks to, some of the challenges of this strategy. Can you give a little more context into what are the business challenges that KPN faces, has faced, and really sort of drove this move to the cloud and move to Oracle?
Yes. So as technology industry, we deal a lot with the future solutions and technologies. We discuss the things which will happen in a few years today. It takes time to build all of them. And for sure, we look ahead, and at a certain stage, it becomes clear that complexity or legacy might hold you in the pace how fast you can catch up on technologies, how fast you can innovate and deliver the services, and it might also bring unneeded costs which can be optimized in a future perspective. It was clear for us that we need to start changing to be ahead of the curve, and we've been looking for cloud-based solutions, that's the future. We've been looking for dynamic solutions which can change, evolve relatively fast, end-to-end platform to bring as much as possible process into one seamless experience and one transparency. And also that helped us to support innovation domain, because we really wanted to make sure that we can grab best practices from the globe and bring them into a company and leverage them.
So it's interesting, very similar to what Kohu said, just making sure that as you needed to change, you needed to innovate, the systems couldn't be an impediment, had to be an asset for you, not a blocker for you. And why Oracle was part of that? What were the driving factors that had you choose Oracle? What kind of stood out at the time?
As I mentioned, cloud for us is not a discussion. It's out of the table, it's defined. We've been comparing various suites, and our strategy was to have as much as possible end-to-end coverage of our processes. Maybe to give indication, we brought $2.5 billion spent into one platform. That's the resources what we manage annually. And we wanted to make sure that this can be brought into a seamless experience. There is end-to-end traceability, and there is a solid data background for AI. We are betting on AI as well.
Yeah. Now, let's go back. And let's go back even before KPN, because as I mentioned at the beginning, you've actually done 2 implementations now at 2 very large telecommunication companies, KPN being your second. When we started, or when maybe we first met, what was your view, or what do you think the software was then? Mm-hmm. What's the software like now? Can you describe for the audience a little bit of the speed of change and how it's been important to your organizations?
Yes. So we met first in 2018 here, and when you meet Steve, you probably have a trouble. We were preparing for go lives with template, and I had in the pocket more than 50 blocking gaps. So it means you cannot go live until you find something out. And we had a meeting, and I was betting, okay, we will figure out 3 or 5 what we do. And you told, no, we go through all of them to make sure that they are progressing within the organization. That says a lot. We went live with my previous employer, and now, 5 years down the road, we brought very big suite, very complex set of processes with only 3 customizations. The product have changed, I think that it became more flexible. Now there are some choices in configurations what you can make. It got more best practices, and here in some cases we even learned from Oracle, oh, that's the next bar how we should do the things. It's evolving. So, and that's probably my personal observation, it changed a lot. It's two different products.
Yeah, so 50 gaps at the initial meeting. And just for those of you in the audience who haven't gone live or haven't chosen Fusion, you don't have to be skeptical or bring me 50 gaps. I can still have you on stage. Just be, it was another rough meeting. So we had 50 gaps, we went through them, gone live, actually gone live at a couple very large multinational telcos around the world, very sophisticated business and supply chain. Now that you're live, supply chain, finance, some of the benefits you start seeing and some of the benefits you hope to achieve at KPN, business benefits.
Yes. I would say there is one benefit what people rarely recognize, but I want to bring it first, is a change of mindset of people who are now dealing with these processes. Here I should compliment the team which is sitting somewhere here. I think that they removed multiple boxes, so we are not thinking in the boxes anymore. And I think that now they are the most precious asset to drive it further. For sure, beyond this, we have some pragmatic business-related benefits. Simplified IT landscape, so we are retiring almost 80 applications. IT team fight it heavily to make the simplest possible set of integrations. We are half of integrations compared to what we started. And in business, we have much better insight on each and every euro dollar we spent across the company. We have fantastic transparency and digital support to our employees, which are our core asset. And we get some first benefits already. We are 5 months after go live, and first financial things are becoming visible.
So it's interesting. I mean, you point out something that I probably should have included in my opening points, because it really is the key. Why is it that we want to extend these business processes? You have half the integrations you used to have, and you have better visibility of the data. And that is actually not two separate things. They go hand in hand. When you have these integrations, it's really difficult to get insight into data because you got data here, you got data there, you bring it together, it disagrees. You cut your integrations in half, implement a whole business flow, you get better visibility and better transparency.
And there is enormous uplift in data quality because you forced us to look in what we have in all other applications. Now the data set in this new platform is much better, and we are open to discuss AI. It would be almost impossible to do it with the old legacy applications. We've been on time.
Yeah, and again, you've been now through this journey a couple times from selection, you've gone through implementation, including, as you say, business process change and changing the boxes, if you will, even roles changing and role responsibilities changing. Advice you give to the customers at any part of the journey that you see?
So, 2 critical points. The first one, use technology as catalyst for your transformation. It's all about whether you transform. You cannot just bring technology or product and feel better and feel really good. You really need to rethink your business model together with this product. It will enable you to do much more in a different manner, and that's where the value comes. That would be one recommendation. And second, such programs never come as contractual relationships. So it's partnership. It's very easy to say, oh, let's start in partnership, but usually it starts with decent share of doubt, decent share of concern. But if all parties are focused to bring it into a partnership, then you will succeed. And for us, it was really true partnership between KPN. We looked pretty often in the mirror what we had to do differently. We had great support of Deloitte team helping us with the transformation, helping us with some choices what we need to make as a business. And we had Oracle team advising us how to use product better, how to do configuration. And despite big concerns at the beginning how we will deal with global Oracle, that's always scary, we had Lighthouse program, we had customer success managers who knew how to find the right people, and they were available for us. So that's magic power of Oracle. When you get the right expert, you have your answers, and you can find this right person via right channels. So that's probably the key advice.
Well, it's been a pleasure. When Safra has talked about courage and leadership and risk taking and embracing that change. I've seen you in action now a couple times, and it's just tremendous. And we want to thank you again for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, did you like what you learned? Make sure to check out this video or this link, and of course, subscribe now.